But Irina, let me begin with you. What Antony Blinken has said, what Joe Biden has said in the past, do you believe that the Americans will back the Israeli ground offensive in Gaza to the hilt? Or will there be some conditions put to ensure that there is least civilian casualty or collateral?
From what I see, there have already been conditions put since Israel has been pushing off this offensive for a number of days now. And there has also been a lot of pressure on Israel, successful, I might add, to restore electricity and
Yes.
water to parts of Gaza, as well as to maintain access to humanitarian aid, such as basic provisions for the civilians. What that means has not been clearly defined, but there is an effort to balance humanitarian situation with the military action. Israel has taken a lot of time to allow civilians to remove themselves from the front of the attack, but the latest development has been that Hamas has been blocking many of them from leaving. So while a portion has been able to evacuate, hundreds of thousands of people have already left. Others are still essentially trapped. I believe that the Biden administration will continue to pressure Israel to do as much as possible to allow these people access. But at the end of the day, the military solution is not something that the Biden administration can control if Israel sees that the only way to eliminate the mid-level operatives who are hiding amongst the civilian population is to go door to door and to avoid more, and that it could actually save more lives than airstrikes that
Okay.
that will happen.
Yes, and of course, as Antony Blinken has said, that there will be details that Joe Biden will seek as far as this ground operation is concerned. Nadav Steinman, I'm coming to you. What is the sense in Israel? Of course, US has been unequivocal as far as the condemnation of Hamas is concerned. They've been unequivocal as far as their support is concerned. The fact that Joe Biden is making this extraordinary wartime visit to Israel in itself is a symbol of their friendship. But could there be some concerns that Israel will have to take along given this ground offensive, given just the sheer number of people that are there in Gaza? And how does the Israeli government seek to do this?
Shivani, thank you for the question. First, we have to remark how unprecedented it is for a U.S. president to come here in person, to set his feet on the soil in a place that could potentially be dangerous. Yesterday, we saw there were bomb threats in Jerusalem, where I live, where the Israeli parliament, the Knesset, every single member had to go into shelters. That was broadcast around the world. So there is risk here. We all feel safe, but nonetheless, you have to see the extent of which the president's actions have actually come and to strengthen the people here as well, to show the resolve. And it must be remembered that Israel and America have had very close ties for many, many years. 50 years ago, we speak about the Yom Kippur War, where America really did come to the rescue at a time of Israel's need. And the same is happening again, too, where Israel is firmly with the United States, and in both directions, where the United States is standing firmly with Israel, and the president has said that Israel has an obligation to defend itself, as well as the obligation to rid Hamas. Now, Hamas, you have to remember, is an organization that took control over Gaza by coup in 2007. They are not an elected government of the people. So Hamas is the effective control of the territory. They are perhaps in some respects the government of Gaza, and we are fighting the combatants of that government. So now is a war between two separate entities. This is who is Hamas except a terrorist organization controlling Gaza. The effect of what Israel must do as it has done in all times, is respect the international law, rules of war and engagement. But Hamas at the same time is breaking every single international rule with respect to its taking of hostages. I don't need to repeat all those things here. But from a rule of law perspective, from international law, Israel has always shown how it does respect the rule of law. There's issues of proportionality and what that means. But there was an article that was recently released by The Economist, which I urge everybody to see, that Israel is within its legal rights to do what it is doing, and it will continue to do so by acting in accordance with international law as well as with the support of the United States.
Yes. What we are witnessing, though, is the fact that the fact that there will be civilian casualties and collateral is being used against by many to suggest that Israel should not do what it is, as you are saying, legally bound to do to protect itself, its citizens, and of course to dismantle what is everybody's confirmation a terrorist organization. Secondly, what is also interesting is that while Hamas has now released the first video of the hostages that is in their captivity, there is literally no pressure on Hamas leadership by the same pro-Palestinian people to release those hostages as also a way to de-escalate.